3, hit it!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. And today I want to share a story and metaphor that I heard recently from my friend and colleague and mentor, Dr. Bill Pettit. And he was teaching a masterclass for our Going Deeper program. And he talked about how when he was younger, and he's older than me, he's in his late 70s, early 80s, that when he was younger, he thought of everybody having black telephones. So we didn't have mobile phones, obviously, but sort of the classic telephone was, black. Like Henry Ford apparently said when his marketing team said, people would like more colors for the Model T. He said, well, they can have any color they want as long as it's black. Well, so black telephones were the norm, and everybody would have a black telephone on their desk or on the table or on the wall. But he was involved in the world of college football, and he said there was this one college football player who was a top recruit, and I know that the NCAA has said that until this year that I'm recording this, that college athletes can't be paid. College athletes have always been supported in various ways, but this guy took it to another extreme in that he didn't just have a black telephone, he also had a red telephone. And whenever he picked up the red telephone, he didn't even have to dial. There would be a voice on the other end, it would say, "Yes, sir, what can we do for you today? What do you need?" And I kind of love the idea of that, right? Just as a pure thing. Like if you just had a red telephone, you can just pick it up and there'd be somebody there just waiting to help with whatever, to get you whatever you want. There'd be something so cool about that. But then Dr. Pettit went on to point out that we do all have that red telephone. And it's our connection to mind. It's our connection to wisdom. It's our connection to the deeper intelligence that runs through all life. But most of us spend all our time on the black telephone. Most of us spend all our time in our personal habitual thinking, trying to figure stuff out and work stuff out and make things happen based on given this and given that. And it doesn't occur to us to pick up the red telephone and let ourselves be taken care of in that way. And he went on to point out that they're really using your red telephone. There are really only 2 steps involved. And the first one is getting off the black telephone. So not paying so much attention to your personal, habitual, cyclical thinking. And the second is to get really present. Now, what he pointed out is that in his experience, he finds it easier to get present and from that place of presence let the personal thinking fall away than trying to let go of the personal thinking, hoping it will lead to presence. But your experience may differ. So, this is a simple idea, so I want to leave you with a simple experiment. For the next week, whenever you've got something that you're working on, that you're feeling stuck on, if there's something you want, some circumstance you want to have change in your life or sort out in your life or get better in your life, instead of getting on the black telephone and trying to work it all out with the thinking that you've already had or talk to somebody else. Well, what do you think I should do? Well, yeah, they said that, but see what happens if you get a bit quieter, if you get present, if you let the noise settle and see what comes to you via the red telephone. And while I won't say that in my experience, and everything will be taken care of from now on and you will never have another problem, because that's not my experience, I can tell you that so much of the time you will be surprised and delighted both by what comes to mind, what occurs to you that you can do, and what seems to happen all by itself. Have fun, learn heaps, happy exploring, and I'll talk with you soon.